Wait, can you hear me now? Oh boy. Welcome to The Sip, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, July 19th. And I hope you're having a good day so far. Let me tell you, man, we still have, as you could see in the chart before you saw my beautiful face, as you could see in the chart, we still have the moon in Pisces. The moon is going to remain in the constellation of Pisces. Oh, you can? Okay, great. The moon is going to remain in the constellation of Pisces until tonight, actually. When I looked at the chart yesterday and confirmed, it was around 6 p.m. this evening that the moon will be moving out of Pisces and into Aries. But today also, since we're talking about it, let's just go back to the chart here. Now you can hear me. I've been talking to you guys this whole time, and all you've been able to hear is the music. I am slowly working out the kinks here. I'm using OBS, and it doesn't seem to be functioning. Yes, okay. It doesn't seem to be functioning properly, or at least as I feel like it should. As a little bit of a sound engineer, audio engineer, very, very little bit of it. I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm a professional sound engineer yet. But from what I understand about sound and routing and all that kinds of stuff, and it is a bit of a biatch. And all of this time that I've been using OBS to stream these daily sessions, and you've been experiencing. Yeah, hi Lorraine. You've been experiencing the difficulties I've been having with it and all like the slip ups with it's all because OBS isn't necessarily functioning the way I'm intuitively feeling like it should. And so with the sound here, it's like I'm working with the sound, but I have at some times I think I have everything muted, but I don't have everything muted. And then like today was actually the first time where I didn't have things, like I was actually trying to talk to you guys intentionally and everything was muted in the right way this time. But now see, but it's because of the functioning of, I guess, how things are routed in OBS. Maybe it's quite entirely possible that I'm not using OBS properly, or I don't quite understand the flow of it, how things run, and where to cap things and where to leave it alone. But I'm still trying to figure that out. But quite honestly, I feel like it's buggy. Not gonna lie. I feel like it's a bug. I feel like it's not the proper system anymore or whatnot, whatever. So I may move to another streaming service, but thank you guys for letting me know that you can hear me now. So this is okay, because I was trying to stop myself from diving too deep into the discussion for today before to allow more people to get in here if you want to see it live. So I'm glad that happened when it happened. Let's just make sure. Tell me what was it's still the last thing that you heard was when I switched from the full camera view to the camera and chart view, correct? You didn't hear anything that I was saying up until a certain moment within this chart view, correct? Okay, good. And then also what I was saying was happy accident. Exactly, Mama Piplup. Thank you, Queen Bee. And also what I was saying is that I have adjusted the latency here for the live stream. And a few days ago when you guys were hearing me talk about the timing, I was looking for a specific word. It's the latency. The latency is another word for the delay that we experience here between what you see on your screen and when that's actually happening. So say when you make a comment in the comment section, the latency was really high before, so it would be a while. I would be further along in my discussion or my thought process before I see your comments. And so when I'm actually replying to them, it's kind of late in the stream. So what I did today is I set the latency for ultra low so that there's as little latency. Yeah, so that there's as little latency as possible, so that we can kind of keep up with each other with this interaction between the live stream and the chat. And that's part of the reason why we do this live stream, right? So that we can be here and interact with each other and bounce things off each other and talk through the energies for the day. This is not necessarily supposed to be so much of a talking head video, where I'm just sitting here talking to you and blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to be able to interact with you. But while we're here, you should still be able to hear me, right? You can still hear me. Everything is still good because I just changed the view again. Okay, we're going to get back into the chart in a moment, but I just want to make sure all the sound is good and we can move forward here. And of course, give a few more people a little more of a chance to get in here if they would like to be here for the live portion of this reading. But you guys understand that you don't absolutely have to be here live. Yes, excellent. Thank you, Brittany. You don't have to be here live. You can be here whenever you get it. It's going to be up for you to watch later. Awesome. Thank you guys so very much. Diamond, Pages, Brittany, Queen Bee, Mama Pitlup. Thank you guys so much. I love you all so very much. Happy Tuesday to you. Welcome to Tuesday, July 19th. It is so good to be here with you. It's so good to see you guys. Even though the atmosphere for the collective is quite disparaging. Yesterday, while I was talking through the energy for the collective, I was hearing the word despair over and over again. So that was coming through for the collective from my subconscious, from my intuition. But I didn't find myself really wanting to speak too much on it because I don't know. I was kind of a volatile. Volatile is a good explanation for the energies as well. But yeah, it's very much a disparaging type of energy. There's a lot of despair in the air. Janky AF. Yup. There is a lot of despairing energy in the air. And let's go back to the chart because this is where I want to start our conversation here. So I mentioned yesterday that what I remember from one of the last times, I was saying it was the last time that the moon was in Pisces, was transiting through Pisces. I'm not exactly sure if it was the last time, like about a month ago, or maybe about somewhere around a month and a half to 2 months ago. I can't remember which one it was, but I do remember distinctly, most recently, that when the moon was in Pisces, I remember there was a very common energy, again, of what I'm feeling this time, the same as last time, of like just going with the flow and not really wanting to do too much or do anything at all, or at least not really wanting to do anything that doesn't really not feel like super excellent, like you're not completely driven to do. There might be a level of lethargy, a feeling of lethargy here. Of stagnancy, maybe. It could be a lethargic energy, but it could also be just an effect of you being your subconscious or our collective subconscious being under the influence of this Piscean energy with the moon moving through Pisces. And so that to me just feels like nothing is really forced within the realm of Pisces, because Pisces, just like Virgo, is a realm of perfection, but Pisces is spiritual perfection, whereas Virgo is physical perfection. So that Virgo type of perfection would take a lot of action and a lot of work. Very mercurial, yes, because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, but also a little bit of Mars-ish Aries type of energy. But like, whatever, that doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, when on the opposite side, Pisces, this is spiritual perfection. And it's the type of perfection where you understand, or you have the ability to understand or perceive of the fact that everything is perfect as it is right now in this current moment, so there isn't really much drive towards achieving greater perfection when you're in the realm of in the realm of Pisces, because it's perfect already. It's perfect as it is. Why change anything? Why not just go with the flow? And if things move, things move. If things change, things change. It's all collectively oriented. So if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. So I kind of feel that element of the Piscean moon type energy right now for the collective, where it's similar. There may be lack of drive. There may be actually at this point, I feel like the lethargy or the lethargy or the lethargic feelings are a little more heightened, but that's because of the energy of despair that I'm feeling in the air for the collective. And I'm like, why now? Why at this point are we feeling despair? First thing I noticed was the fact that the moon is starting to approach Chiron, who is stationing retrograde. And as soon as I looked at that, I got an intuitive hit of there are some wounds, there is wounding, there are unhealed situations, unresolved circumstances, anywhere in your life where it feels you have some sort of unfinished business. That seems to be coming up right now. And in some cases, it does kind of feel like an affront. It feels like it's kind of being shoved in your face. It's not even like this situation or these situations or these unhealed aspects or unresolved situations or instances in which you have unfinished business. They may be situations or woundings or traumas that are well in your rearview mirror. Like you feel like, or you to some level you got over it, or it hasn't been in the forefront of your mind, or it hasn't been a regular part of your thought process at all, or maybe at this point for a long time. So the fact that it's coming up again now seems like an affront, seems like almost like an attack, because I do feel like, and I've been experiencing it like this personally, it feels like it's coming out of nowhere, like completely out of left field. And and so what's up, Charlotte? You made it here early enough to see at least the astrology part before we even get into tea time. So excellent. Welcome. It's good to see you, Charlotte. So okay, that's definitely an element here. I get that. Again, spirit as always is pointing out the fact that this could be an opportunity for you to heal that, or for you to achieve greater healing in terms of that. So okay, that's great. But to the conscious mind, it's like, screw you. Like, I wasn't even trying to, like, screw you, spirit. Like, what? That's just your ego, okay? But then as I was continuing to look through the chart, for some reason, Venus feels uneasy in Gemini. I don't know why. I look at Venus at 2 degrees of Gemini right now, and I still get this uneasy feeling from her. Like she, and when I say she in terms of Venus, or like she or he, like in terms of Mars or Uranus or Saturn or blah, 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 I'm talking about their realm, what they hold dominion over in your life or in our lives as a collective. And so for Venus, that would be Taurus, Libra aspect. So that's 2nd house, 7th house aspects. That's your house of values, your possessions, how you make money, maybe even your relationship to money. That's your 2nd house. Your 7th house are interpersonal relationship aspects, love and romance, social aspects, how you relate to the people around you, all that kind of stuff, how you have balance with those people, or maybe how you have imbalance with those people. Something about Venus being in Gemini right now is unbalanced. But this actually could be an aspect, what I'm picking up on for the collective right now, with Venus transiting through Gemini right now at this time at 2 degrees of Gemini. There seems to be a level of balance that the energy of Gemini is helping to facilitate for you. And I feel like that is directly related to how I feel the realm of Venus for us as a collective has gone through a process of maturation, to where it's much more mature now, much more grown and sexy, even if that resonates with you, okay? But because of the way that Venus, or the realm of your personal relationship to the realm of Venus, your values, your relationship with money and finances, your career, they have matured in a way. Now, because of that, there is a level of rebalancing that is needing to happen. So that's where I'm, okay, excellent. I just talked myself through why I'm feeling this uneasy energy for Venus right now. On top of that, we do have the sun at 2 degrees of watery, loving, compassionate, soft and supple, cuddly Cancer energy. Emotional Cancer energy. And with the moon conjuncting with Chiron right now, who is in the process of stationing retrograde, which to me is, I'm picking up on a coloring of Chiron in retrograde, like almost ripping open old wounds for you. And in some cases, this is perceived as malicious and reckless. Some of you may be in a very self-destructive energy right now. Ooh, that. Oh, does that resonate? Pages, you're saying you think that it might be because Venus is pulled in 2 directions. Yes, you notice this too. Have this placement in your natal and in tropical. Okay. And you know what? Pages of Ascension, that makes so much sense. Because yeah, she kind of is being pulled in 2 directions. She's got the pull of the old versus the pull of the new, and you're needing to find equilibrium, you're needing to find balance. You may even need to release certain physical aspects of your life that represent that old valuation of her realm for you, okay? Hi, Lulu Call. Okay, so, all right. This makes sense. I was on something. Oh, it's because of that setting, right? Okay, I was on some. So the sun is in Cancer right now. And what Spirit is saying for us right now is that that's only accentuating the emotional side of things. This also may have something to do with 4th house energies for you. As we are looking at the chart for this snapshot moment in time, which is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, we have Pluto, who is in Sagittarius in the 4th house, who is Cancer's ruling house. So, while the sun is in Cancer right now, in the 10th house. Now, keep in mind, guys, when I'm talking about these houses here, this is as of this snapshot of this moment of the day, okay? Because everything rotates throughout the zodiac in about a 24-hour span, give or take, right? So, at this current moment, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun and Mercury, but the sun is in Cancer in the 10th house. This is your career, personal finances, your long-term goals and aspirations. Also, the way your relationship to like the collective around you, the community around you, but really how they perceive of you. Okay, so 10th house energies, money, finances, the way people perceive of you in life. Also in Cancer, who is the ruler of the 4th house, where at this moment, retrograde Pluto is, and we still have this opposition between the sun and Pluto, which eventually, given time, over time, it's going, this opposition, the tension of this opposition is going to dissipate. Like we were talking about yesterday, our hero is being released, or is escaping in a way, is escaping this battle. There may be some 4th house issues that are really being accentuated for you or may have really been accentuated for you in the early morning hours of the day. Maybe like, I don't know, between 10 and 12. I'm not, sometime during the morning that really may have hit you. And I really feel like I needed to talk about something like that, because maybe it's not just a momentary transitory thing. Maybe you are experiencing, or some of us in the collective, depending on your natal chart, are experiencing some sort of transit that is affecting your fourth house energies. Okay. Or affecting Cancer for you, which again would translate to your fourth house. So think about that. Definitely old wounds coming up, Queen Bee. That's what you're dealing with. Thought you worked through it. Yep. And I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. Like we're all learning and growing and experiencing here. That's so funny. You were looking into fourth house stuff last night. Look at that, Pages. Oh my God, fourth house for sure. Okay, so I'm glad I mentioned that, but obviously that's why Spirit brought it up. But for me specifically, some of the energies that have been coming up here have been strongly twin flame related. But specifically for me, what happened in my life between me and that person at that time period when I was in the extreme fire of the twin flame dynamic, my spiritual and psychic, really truly psychic activation, the moment in my life when I really started working with my intuition to be a messenger, to do this soul work, this mission work that I'm called to do, I guess you could say. But specifically what's coming up are unhealed aspects surrounding that. And it's been so frustrating because it's like, I don't want to be thinking about this anymore. I don't want to be embarrassed by this anymore. But wait, that was the thing. Because specifically for me, how this has been translating or relating is my unhealed wound surrounding that is the fact that am having still to this day, am having so much trouble forgiving myself for my involvement in terms of that situation. And specifically, I look back and the thing I hear myself saying about it is, I can't believe I acted in such ways to drive someone else, technically an innocent party, I guess you could say, but I don't know, not really, depending on your perspective, whatnot, whatever, okay, but like, and maybe I think I'm giving way too much benefit of the doubt there. But anyway, to this other person in which I affected their life so much that I feel this like never-ending tension between us now. And it feels like it's going to carry the rest of my lives. And my perspective of it is, on the surface, cut and dry, my actions are the ones that can be looked at by the external world and say, you did that, you fucked that up. When from my perspective, yes, I took my actions, but I was going through something psychically that was influencing me to take those actions. But then it still comes down to the fact of the matter that I still took them. I still acted in that way. I still went and did those things over and over and over again, expecting a different result, which only made things even more impacted, even more impactful, and even more damaging, you could say. So I have been having so much trouble forgiving myself for this. And that's what's been coming up lately. And it's all connected. I mean, it really is still all connected to a lot of the things that I experience in my waking life right now, even though that's so far in my rearview mirror, you could say. But it still has, or I still feel like I am perceiving that it has a very physical effect on my life right now because of damaged reputations, probably on both of our sides-ish, affected reputations. And I feel like part of it has been manifesting in my life of people trying to sabotage me the way they perceived me as trying to sabotage this other person during that time period. But that's the funny thing about it. That's the irony about it. I was never trying to sabotage anything or anyone. I only wanted to love and support those people and those situations that I was involved in or that got dragged into this drama. But of course, from the dark side, from the lower vibrational side, from the three-dimensional side, of which we have been trying to break out of with these twin flame situations, whatnot, whatever, it could be seen as I was trying to come in and sabotage their situation to fit my agenda. But from my point of view, it was an agenda that benefited everyone. That benefited all. At least that's the way I could see it. That's the way it was being presented to me through spirit, which was why I was taking the actions I was so guided and led to take at that time. And yet it all blew up in my face. And I am dealing with the extreme guilt at this point. I've always been dealing with the guilt. It's been a slope. I'm going to be completely 100 transparent with you. In terms of that energy, it has been a very slow process of me working my way towards finally starting to approach the side of the situation where I take accountability for my actions. But in taking accountability for my actions, I'm finding extreme difficulty with forgiving myself for all of it. And not to be disrespectful, screw the other person, screw the other people. What was my involvement? Like, no shade, no disrespect. I'm not trying to say that those other people, if any of you are even watching at this point, not to be disrespectful, not to exclude you, not to say you're not valid or whatever. I'm saying like fact of the matter, like take them out of the equation. What was your involvement, Eric? Remember that the most useful plant in the world can grow in impacted soil. There is medicine in these realizations, even if you feel like crap. Thank you. Connect with dandelion root, leaf, flower, or tea. Thank you very much, Pages of Ascension. That is very, very true. So that's personally how this deep wounding that seems to be being thrown, or like literally a scar, I just heard, a scar that's being ripped open. For, at first glance, what seem to be needless purposes. But the universe is not malicious or vindictive like this. When the universe comes in and rips open a scar, an old wound, they're doing it because there's potential for you to heal much better in a new way, shape, or form. Queen Bee, it's more about accepting yourself. When you can accept it, you forgive yourself. That's exactly what I'm dealing with as well, Queen Bee. Because you see, and you can hear it, you can perceive of my aversion to that whole situation still in my voice, in my inflections, in the way that I move, and definitely from my shadow. I still am having trouble accepting what went down over there. I mean, regardless as to how it may have looked on the surface from me, because yes, I'm a performer, so I can put on a good face. I'll tell you that right now, okay? But regardless as to what I seemed to be putting forward, even though I tried to be as transparent with you guys at that time as well as I possibly could, within reason, of course, I was having trouble accepting it at that time. I mean, any time that I took action in terms of those situations, when I actually went out and did something or pursued something or said or reached out and said something, whatnot, whatever, I battled with that shit. And even while I was doing it, again, regardless of the look on my face or the energy that you were perceiving coming from me at that time, I was still in the back of my head saying, what the fuck are we doing, Spirit? This is fucking ridiculous. Are you out of your mind? Are you kidding me? Are you trying to sabotage me? Are you trying to get me killed? Blah, 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 blah. Right? But to this day, I'm still having trouble accepting it all. Also, remember that we can't ever really see the past or someone else's perspective. That's true. So we can just do the best we can. That is absolutely true. Ho'oponopono, whatever that one. Yes, the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer is, yes, very helpful there. Very, very helpful there. I'll say this, though. I will say that I haven't found the value there. And maybe, Spirit just said, this is Virgo of you. Okay. And it's because I can't just arbitrarily say, you know what? I love you. It's over. It's okay. I forgive you. I forgive me. Let's just move on. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I need a reason for it. I need to come to a solid concrete resolution within myself to accept that. And I guess that's a lot of a manifestation of all the trauma I've experienced over my own lifetime. And the fact that I have a hard time letting things go anyway, but that's because technically growing up, I felt like I wasn't able to really express myself, or I wasn't really heard, or it didn't really matter. I experienced a lot of gaslighting when I was a kid, and especially because of my intuitive abilities and blah, 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 whatnot, whatever. But I need some sort of solid, concrete reason, even just a resolution. I have to find that within myself first. I can't just arbitrarily say, I forgive you, blah, 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 and all that stuff. I forgive me. But I guess it's a mantra. So with repetition, I guess you'll find it. Archangel. Hi, Archangel. And for you, it's letting go of wanting to beat someone up. Yup. You need a punching bag. I hear you. By the way, Archangel, I used the product that you sent me. Oh, God, I don't remember the name of it. Oh, shoot. I wasn't even trying to do product placement today, but I used it in my hair today, and I love it. I love it. I love it. It's about forgiving the part of ourselves that we see in them. Ooh, yes, Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte. Let me edit our title here. There we go. Thank you, Lulu. I love it too. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. So anyway, guys, that's what I'm getting for these energies here today. Lots of despair. But I guess the despair that we're experiencing is... it has to do with this wounding that's being ripped open. Pages, you said you feel like acceptance happens in waves and acts like the ocean tide sometimes. Yes, very much so. It's cyclical. So you experience the situation at one moment, or you experience the initial trauma, and then you'll cycle over and over again throughout your lifetime through that. And each time you cycle through it, you have the opportunity to heal it or heal more of it. Heal more surrounding it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, it is 12:34 Eastern Standard Time right now. That's excellent. Forgiveness is an illusion, in my opinion. No one is truly forgiven. You know, ethereal royalty. Queen Cup, Destiny, Queen Cup here on YouTube says the same thing. And actually, I wanted to reference something. Yes, I remember. But she says something similar, but she says that forgiveness is an illusion, or she channeled that forgiveness is an illusion because, why did she say that? Ultimately, all is forgiven anyway. I think it might have been the opposite of what you're saying here, ethereal royalty. I do feel like forgiveness is a bit of an illusion, though. So this is about healing the part of you that resonated with that situation. Yeah, that sounds about right, Mama Piplup. That sounds very right. Sounds very right. Mom Bear. Hi, Mom Bear. You feel such grief today, like a loss. Yes. Yes, very much so. Lots of grieving energy in the collective right now. Lots of despair. Also, despair was the very strong word that the universe used yesterday, that spirit used yesterday. You know, that reminds you of Chiron, the cyclical nature of it. Like every time an important aspect or planet passes over it. Yeah. Then, wait. You'd been feeling hurt by 2 friends for a long time, but last night you decided, fuck it, you're removing them. Why are you sitting there waiting for them, on them to choose you or feel some kind of way? Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Do we look like siblings? That's very interesting. I can see that. I can totally see that. She's part Jamaican. Apparently she's Jamaican and Italian. My father is Panamanian. Jamaica and Panama are within that same South American energy and area. So Jamaica and Panama are fairly closely related, I would say. So it makes a lot of sense that we look similar. I mean, I see a lot of my own character when I watch her, or I see a lot of her in me when I watch her. So it's really nice. It's really cool. It must be part of the collective today. You're finally starting to feel a general sense of relief. That's good, Brittany. Well, see, that's also okay, Charlotte. It's not... yes, it is uncomfortable because it's a change. Change is uncomfortable. Well, Jeannie and Brittany, you guys are some of the lucky ones here. Your grandma is from the Dominican Republic. Excellent. I love that. I love that. So, wow. We're already 40 minutes into this session. So, okay. Finally realizing a lot of friends have changed, and that's okay. Yeah, that's great. Enjoying the journey. Y'all got the same great-great-granddad? We might. Yo, straight up and down, it is entirely possible that we have the same, we are related somehow. That that would be hilarious. I would love that. I would love to find that. Although I am not the type of person to want to go do like ancestry.com or 23andMe or anything like that, because I literally my reasoning for it is I don't want them storing, I don't want the government or like the power, the institutions or whatever to have more of my DNA or more on my personal, like more of me stored in their databases, or like, no. I mean, I like that, Pages. I mean, that sounds good. It's just, I don't know, me, it's the mama bear in me, or maybe it's the traumatized version of me that's like, okay, but like, don't hold too much space. Like, don't go like depleting yourself trying to hold space for people that are dragging their feet. That ain't trying to move nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Hands off my DNA. Exactly, mom bear. Exactly. So anyway, you guys, what's next, Spirit? Oh, you guys, I think it's time for some tea. Is it tea time? Let me do one last check-in with the chart. See if there's anything else I want to pick up on. Anything else I really want to talk about? No, not exactly. Okay. So, all right, guys. So I guess it's time for tea. So I'm going to take 5 minutes or so. Regroup, collect myself, shift some things around, and then we're gonna get into some tea. Yes? Stay tuned, guys. Can you guys hear me? Oops. Hey guys, welcome back. Hey you woman, you, welcome in. We have not done tarot yet. We just finished the astrology part of the channeling, but as I was taking my moment to reset, I remembered something. Wait, you still can't hear me. Oh. Wait. Okay, we're good. I remembered part of what I wanted to tell you guys about today. My morning, I woke up. This morning and immediately, before I could think of anything, and this was when I woke up for like the day. I woke up and I was not going to go back to sleep at this point. Excellent. Spirit put this song in my head. It's a Porter Robinson song, and I am a huge Porter Robinson fan. And I just recently got into his latest album called Nurture, which was released back in 2021. I want to say like around June, sometime in last year. So it's not like it's really new, but it's his latest full album. And I was intrigued because I was obsessed with his previous album, which is Worlds. Well, actually Language was in between that, but the album Worlds was mind-blowing. Like, it was my favorite album for the longest time. And so then I got into, and I do remember actually listening to Nurture last year, but I wasn't really feeling it too much. But now, like, it's hit me. Like, I love this album right now. And one of the songs, what is the name of the song? Oh, geez, Eric, that's terrible. Hold on. Hold on a second. I want to get you the name of it, but it's very specific, and it goes very much with these Piscean energies, this despair that's going on in the collective. The hook, and this is the line that Spirit immediately put in my head. It goes, "Look at the sky, I'm still here. I'll be alive next year. I can make something good, oh, something good. Look at the sky, I'm still here. I'll be alive next year." There's something about, and I mentioned this. What is the name of this song? I mentioned this a few days ago in the SIP. Look at the Sky. It's called Look at the Sky. I mentioned this. Spirit came through. Our ancestors, our way showers, our spirit guides came through. Was it yesterday? It might have been. They came through and like, you guys are still here. So that means you still have a chance to work this out. And that was really pushed forward in my head. Like, it was such an emotional moment, you guys, that I literally started crying right after it, because the wave of emotion that came over me with the realization or the understanding that I'm still here. I'm still alive after all of the shit that I've been through in my life in these 35 years so far. Not to say that I'm any worse off than anyone else out there, because I'm sure there are some people out there that have gone through much rougher shit, but also it's all relative, right? Okay. Given what I've been through up until this point, fuck it. God damn it, I'm still here. I'm still fucking alive. There was a moment not too recently where I literally could have died. If the situation, the circumstance didn't work out in a very specific manner, which they happened to actually work out in, I literally would not be sitting here, right now, talking to you about this over a year later. Okay? I'm still alive. We're still here. We will still be alive next year. We will still be alive in the next moment, because we're here now. So we have an opportunity. We can still make it. We can still do it. We can still fix it. We can still heal it. We still have time to work through it. It doesn't matter how long we have it now. Use it. Because wait, maybe tomorrow you won't be here, or next year you won't be here. So while you're here now, do it. Use it. Use the opportunity that you have. Like, it literally makes me cry. I mean, it's a beautiful song. And as I've grown in my empathy, you can tell, I can tell that I've been a strong empath my whole life, because I remember at one point, number one, music has always been a healing aspect for me, but a very strong aspect for me. I have a very deep and strong and powerful connection with the universe through music specifically, okay? To the point where I sing, I love to sing, I can dance, I can play if I practice, I can write music, I love to dance. So like, I have a very special relationship with music. But there have always been, I knew something, you can tell a song is hitting you on strong emotional levels when it gives you the chills, or when you get the goosebumps from hearing certain musical phrases and whatnot. And that is one of them that like really just like hits me. And as I've been building and growing as stronger as an empath, music is having more and more an impact on me, and I'm feeling it in way more subtle ways, which is so cool. But really deep, and it makes me cry, and it makes me feel emotional in certain ways. And I was watching over the weekend, Porter Robinson's performance of I think it's called the Nurture Tour or whatever he did. I believe it was in Oakland, California. And like I said, Porter Robinson's Worlds album was like mind-blowing for me, and it evokes a lot of emotion from me, especially since I very much connect with electronic music. But it evokes a lot of emotion from me, and specifically what I was going through in my life at the time that this album of Worlds was so important for me. And so now I'm watching this this concert, which was cool because I'd never seen Porter Robinson perform live before. It was pretty awesome. And he's doing this now Nurture Tour, and Nurture is this following album after Worlds that I am now connecting with, that this song Look at the Sky, is from. And I'm hearing some of the songs from Worlds that have very strong meaning for me, but I was also hearing the emotion and feeling the emotion in the crowd who were singing along to these words and lyrics and these melodies that are so deep and so nurturing and so much about love and being loved, but like being cared for, being accepted, very much family type of love, like you're supported, we got you here. And I was getting very strong feelings of a lot of people that connected with that energy or those songs, that music, through their addictions. Very strong addiction energy, which is so crazy because Pisces energy can be prone to addiction, an addiction in the form of escapism. And if I'm picking up on this intuitively correctly, doesn't Oakland, California have somewhat of a history with the opioid epidemic? And I feel like there was a lot of emotional connection there. I don't know why I was describing that, but it was just, I had never felt so much passion. Like this music right now is hitting me in a way that is just so profound. Avicii, yeah, yes, you woman, you hear a song 99 times and the 100th time, it hits different. Music is incredible that way. Exactly, Pages of Ascension, because at that time, when the music is hitting you that way, it is, in fact, striking an emotional chord for you. Hey, Stella. I love the t-shirt, too. Ew. Gangs. Gangs. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing well. As well as I can be. Emotionally, things are kind of a mess right now, but we have a Pisces moon right now, so it's kind of messy anyway, so that's okay. But that's, why did I feel like I wanted to share that? Oh my God, we're already an hour into this live stream. And we haven't even done tea time yet. Okay, that's fine. If these sessions are going to take more time, then let's do it. Because you know what's funny? Yesterday, I was getting off of the live stream and I was like, I don't want to get off this stream. Mount Shasta is a few hours away from there, and it is the root chakra of the earth. All of us in California share this root. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. What was I going to say? Oh, I was feeling yesterday. I had these feelings of a cheer up package. I mean, I am grateful for whatever you send. I am so grateful for it. Thank you so very much. Whatever I don't need one. I don't need one. But I am grateful for whatever you want to do to help cheer me up. I will greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much, Stella. I am so appreciative of you and all that you've done for me and this channel over the years. Thank you so much. And all that you continue to do. Incredibly grateful and appreciative of you. For and of. Oh God, what was I talking about? Oh, yesterday it's like I was feeling lost when I wasn't reading. Almost as if I find myself, and I guess this is part of the astrology chat. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about these unhealed aspects and this emotion that I'm feeling and experiencing for the collective. Help it put it into perspective for you. It's flowing through me in a way of me feeling like many of the things that I used to identify with have all been falling away. And what I feel like I'm left with right now is being a reader. And I'm not upset about that. I wish it were going better. Right now, at least. Not to say it isn't going to get better as eventually, but like as time moves on. But like right now, I wish it would be better. And I was going through my day yesterday feeling lost when I'm not reading. Like I finished the sip yesterday and I was like, okay, well now what do? I don't have any more readings that I have scheduled here. I have to work some more things out. That doesn't feel right to do yet. So what do I do now? And that's a reading. So what do I do now? It's interesting. But I'm also finding ways that I can grow and evolve through that because I'm not resisting this. I'm really just allowing myself to be pushed around in this way while trying to remain conscious and cognizant of the fact that this is happening. Okay, so what do we do about that then? And I am starting to find avenues, things that I can send roots out in certain ways that can flourish and be something later, but I need to smoke about it. Oh, darling, I need to smoke about it. Hold on. I forgot to get my bell because it's team time. It's tea time. Hear that ring. Woo! You were up until 3 a.m. doing notes for a client Astro reading on Wednesday and you felt so full, but sad is not your full-time. Yeah, that's that. Hey, but you know what? Keep doing it. Keep going, you woman, you. That's been the message for me. Also, it's been the message for the collective. Just keep going. You're heading in the right direction. Like that has been something my higher self has really been trying to imprint in my subconscious because it keeps saying to me and it keeps trying to find ways for it to speak it for me to really integrate it. And it finally landed on, I am going in the right direction, but not saying it like as my higher self, as something, because I'm still perceiving of my higher self as something other to me when I'm communicating with it, in that kind of way. So instead, my higher self communicated it to me so that as if I was speaking it myself, I am going in the right direction. You are going in the right direction. Just keep going, okay? There is a deck that I want to put y'all onto. Let me see. Speaking of new decks, Stella, there's this new deck that I came across. There's also a channel that I want to put you guys onto. I recently found it. I think I found it because maybe I'm not putting you onto this. Maybe it's you guys that put me onto this inadvertently, but I don't remember how I found this channel. But it's all about tarot reviews. So this person does tarot readings. He's a gentleman. Hold on. I have to find where I found him. but he reviews tarot decks, and he does his own tarot readings. But he was when I found him, his most recent video reviewed a deck. Oh wait, no, it was from Divine Conversations. He reviewed a deck, and I saw it, and you guys, I said, drop everything. I need that deck. Where is this person? I have to remind myself that I do watch a lot of videos throughout the day. And have you noticed that the videos that you maybe just like hover on play, and then it shows up in your history, and you're like, wait, but that's just cluttering up my history. I didn't really watch that. That's been happening lately for me. Where is this guy? Here it is. Okay, so it's Tarot Oracle on YouTube, and it's his video, Exciting Tarot News for hold on, wait, for July 16th. Let me get the link. I'm gonna get the link, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Your whole house is filled with crystals. I bet, with the amount of crystals you donated. You hate when YouTube does that. So annoying. The amount of crystals you've donated to the channel, Stella, is just like, I can only imagine how many you have for yourself. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Here we go. It's in this video here. Yeah, I know you can remove videos from your history. That is a good thing. So like, you can go and clean it up, but I don't want to have to clean it up, man. Like, damn. Okay, but it's specifically, hold on. It's specifically this one deck that I saw, and I was like, oh my God, it's gorgeous. It even comes in gilded edges. Oh my God, it's beautiful. What is the name of it though? It's the Slavic Legends Tarot. And I want to say it just came out. I think it's available now. It's available on a website called Taroteca Studio. Let's see. Anyway, just watch the video that I posted in the chat here. It shows you, it gives you this review. There were a bunch of other decks, like the Stranger Things Tarot that's coming out soon. This other one that was just like so ridiculous. When I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is that? It's crazy. But check that out. It's fun. But check out that channel also. You've learned to have a video playing or paused, then scroll through because the videos won't play and cut it. Oh, look at that. Always grinding. Look at you. Okay. All right. Shoo. I see you, boo-boo. All right, kids. We are an hour into this session. Let's finally get some tea. Yes. Let's get some tea. Crystals are more important than food. That's hilarious, Stella. All right. Tea time. We're gonna ring the bell. We're gonna go ahead and ring the bell once more. Ooh, Buffy! Okay, Stella. Thank you. All right, one last shuffle here. What's the tea for today, please, Spirit? Got a pipe and hot pot of tea here. Heavenly Goddess Intuition. Okay. 8 of Cups. The Star in reverse. Knight of Wands. The Empress. Okay. Definitely. This is mirroring, Spirit just said, this is absolutely mirroring the Chiron energy we have going on here. Talking about what this despairing aspect or disparaging aspect is within the collective right now. Heavenly Goddess Intuition. Oh, it's not a deck. She's a reader. For the chosen ones and so much more. Okay. That whole chosen one thing is... I don't want to talk about that right now. But okay, cool. I'll check her out. Thank you so much. Okay. Tea time. Cheers. Definitely reflecting this Chiron energy. The moon conjuncting with retrograde... With Chiron, who is stationing retrograde currently. You have the 8 of Cups with the Star in reverse, the Knight of Wands, and the Empress. 8 of Cups, Star in reverse. You know, with this star in reverse energy here, you guys, I feel like the first thing that I want to say is, whoa, caution, pump the brakes, especially since right after that is the Knight of Wands. I get a distinct feeling that someone may be walking away from something right now, or you may be, or this person may be at danger or at risk of actually walking away from something right now because you're losing faith in it. And what's either happening here, or what the potential is with this Knight of Wands, is that there is something that could come in to your point of view or your perspective that sparks your fancy. Like, I want to say, all that glitters is not gold. It's going to come into your realm of view, onto your radar, into your field of consciousness or your field of sight, or into your view. And from your perspective, in the current energy that you're in terms of desiring at the very least to walk away from something because you're lacking faith in it, or maybe there's you're perceiving of the potential of something not working out, but that would be why you're lacking or losing faith in the situation. It's this new shiny thing is going to come into your perspective, and from the place that you're in, from the perspective that you're at, it's going to seem so glittery, so shiny, so brand new, so ideal. It may strike a certain idealistic fantasy you have in your head, or some sort of idealistic part of yourself. It's going to strike that specific chord, and you're going to go running after it. This isn't necessarily bad. Let me remind you that when I'm speaking through this element or this aspect of it, I'm looking at it as, hold on, wait, because that's what it seems like is going to happen. So I guess from my own point of view, from what I've learned from experiencing that type of energy in my life, is the grass is not always greener on the other side. And initially, as soon as the star came out in reverse, I wanted to say to this person, whoa, wait, hold on. You might not want to walk away just yet, because I feel like you're just feeling like you're lacking in faith. Oh, okay. You're feeling like you're lacking in faith here, or maybe that this situation, this dire situation that you're dealing with, is hopeless. The star in reverse can represent energies of hopelessness or feeling hopeless. The grass is greener where you water it. Hi, Stephanie. Well, you're here. You're here for tea time, girl. So there you go. You made it at the right time. Cheers, baby. So I'm just going to go with the first thing that I felt for this, you guys. Initially, I want to tell this person to slow your roll or pump the brakes, because what it is you are at risk of running off towards may not necessarily be what you want or need or desire, may not actually be what you initially think it is, and or this situation that you seem to be seeking an opportunity to depart from, Page of Swords, as your overall energy, may not actually need to be departed from. Now, the real danger here is the law of free will. This is a cautionary tale. Someone is running away from something, or someone is maybe even desiring to run away from something that they don't necessarily need to run away from, or maybe even are not even supposed to be running away from. I'm hearing you're meant to be here, working on this, dealing with it, working through it. That's why you're here to begin with. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Rarely, actually, is it ever. But the real danger here is the law of free will. And this is why this message is coming through at this time. Finally, you have the Empress. The universe is going to allow you to do whatever it is you want to do. Go after, pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. It is absolutely not going to tell you no. But there is something that I'm feeling here. Even though this Empress energy is benevolent, there is definitely a level of benevolence here. I'm not feeling malice or malignancy from the universe in terms of this supportive energy of you and your desires and what directions you want to go in. But also the Queen of Swords aspect of the Empress is in fact pushing her way through right now and saying, but realize Just realize that if you leave this current situation and run off towards that one, which you are perfectly allowed to do, no judgment, nothing is wrong with it. Just realize, understand what it is you're potentially giving up. And also understand that what it is you're running to may not turn out to be exactly what you thought or exactly what you want given time. And you may have to take some time to see that. But by the time you see that, this other situation that you ran from to get to this one too, or to move towards this one instead, will have been long gone. Because because she or that person or that situation will have also be given the same opportunities you've given towards perpetuating their own right towards free will. So you might want to stay here right now. I don't think you're seeing things as clearly as you possibly can with this star in reverse wanting to walk away, Eight of Cups. That's all the discernment of the Queen of Swords aspect that is, in fact, an intrinsic part of what makes the Empress, because the Empress is the queen of all queens. You are perfectly allowed to do whatever it is you want, baby. And I am not going to demonize you for that. Go on with your bad self. Go on, baby, do it. Abundance. This is an aspect of abundance. How abundant the universe is. Does not pass judgment in this way. But just recognize, I keep hearing realize or recognize what it is you're getting into. Or what it is you're actually leaving behind. For some of you, what it is you're actually wanting to, or what this person is wanting to leave behind is something that you really invested a lot into. And the job is not over yet. Recognize here that you still have the star. The star is here, but it's reversed. Lacking in hope and lacking in faith is what I'm speaking to, or what I'm saying here, or is what, yes. Lacking in faith, lacking in hope is what I am saying here, says the universe, says this guidance system. Okay. So with that said, then let's talk about this. Why is the star in reverse then, Spirit? What are you looking for? What is this person looking for? Remember, you have the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck, okay? All right. Oops. So what is it that this person is looking for? What's this? Why is the star in reverse? What? Oh, geez. And then at the last moment, it dumps all of these cards because I was asking for clarification. Okay. All right. Give me a moment, guys. Ooh. 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 Now, the other thing that I want to say here is, in terms of the beginning of this reading, what I also wanted to say was that maybe that's just my own conditioning that's saying, hold on. Because I see that Knight of Wands and I'm like, what? See, but the Knight of Wands is not reversed. The Knight of Wands came out upright. Maybe there is a really legitimate reason as to why this person or you are lacking in faith in this situation. Maybe this is not a situation you really want to put your faith into at this point or any longer. I don't see the Seven of Pentacles here. Hold on, you guys. Bear with me because I was clarifying and a lot was coming out, but then at the very end, Spirit dumped a bunch of other cards onto the situation for clarification. So I'm going to do my best. Those of you who know me from like way back in the day, like when I was doing morning coffee, Spirit would dump a bunch of cards on me and I would be like, all right, fine. Where other people would be like, no, Spirit, that's too many. I'd be like, all right, Spirit, what is this? And just read through all the cards. So I'm still doing that. So, okay, you gotta bear with me. I gotta put the story together. This stays right where it is. Look, there is a relationship involved in this situation. I'm hearing a topic of contention. This very well could be a romantic situation. Absolutely, definitely could be that. Could also be a close friendship. I'm feeling it could also be family, but it's close family. Like I'm feeling an interaction, a relationship in which there's strong emotional investment, and you don't have to be romantic for that. You can also be platonic, but be like best friends or very have some. This could also be some sort of trauma bond type of relationship. But there is a relationship here that is a topic of contention. We are just going to put that to the side, and we're going to, that's what that feels like. Okay, what do we have here? We started you out, because also keep in mind, guys, we're clarifying the star. The star is major arcana, hopes, wishes, and fears. Right. Jeannie, let me clarify here. Someone could be jumping into a new relationship. Also, though, I feel what Spirit just said is jumping into a certain energetic understanding. This could be a belief system. This could be a process. This could be a project. This could be, this doesn't have to be another relationship. This can be another mindset or lifestyle or something like that. That ultimately could turn out to not be what it looks like at first, not to be the solution. And before you know it, you've sabotaged a situation for some sort of ideal or some sort of idealistic reality. And that didn't even work out the way you had wanted, or it turns out you don't even want that, but that other situation is long gone. We don't want you to sabotage. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to correct you, Jeannie. When I read through your comment, I was like, Spirit came through with like another frame of clarification. It doesn't have to be walking into another relationship, but quite frankly, it is another relationship. Doesn't mean it necessarily it's a relationship with another person, but let's say it's an ideal, but it's an ideal or some sort of idealistic reality or idealistic view of reality that ends up sabotaging a certain relationship. Okay. Just want to clarify that, because that also is how Spirit is saying that's how this could be working out. So we're clarifying the star in reverse. Now, this is big time energy, okay? So I'm saying that to say this is deep soul energy, so this is complicated. This is very complicated, and that's why we have so many cards here. But to make it even more complicated, we have the first two cards that are justifying the star in reverse, more major arcana, Justice and the Fool. There is some sort of legit justified reason for someone to want to take a leap of faith, start a new project, go in a new direction, try a new thing. That's what we see at first glance. Much like this shiny new bright situation that's inspired, that's represented by the Knight of Wands here. That's what it looks like on first glance. Page of Cups. Dream come true. Exactly what you've been dreaming of. But notice how it's a page. It's a dream. It's illusionary. It's nebulous. It might even be an illusion itself. It may not even be legit or substantial in any way. It may actually just be an illusion. But you don't really know that, right? You would never really know until you investigate further. And when I investigate further with this Justice and the Fool energy, the first thing I think is, somebody must be justified in taking their leap of faith. But then I go deeper into the energy and I feel a question asking, well, actually, is it justified? What would balance these scales here? What does balance the scales? Instead of just jumping to a conclusion that something does balance the scales, actually questioning that fact. Okay. Next, you have the King of Wands to Temperance. Yeah. The Seven of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the King of Swords now, and then the Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, no, the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Somebody is fired up. Somebody is fired up. Somebody is looking for an opportunity to move forward, to move out, to move on. But honestly, you guys, part of this energy feels like this person would take an opportunity should the window open in regards to this situation that they seem to be lacking faith in, losing faith in. But that's not the only thing they're looking for an opportunity for. If an opportunity comes for them to get the F up out of here, they're going to get the F up out of here. But also at the same time, conversely, if there is an opportunity to continue to further work this out, to take more action that could potentially reach your desired goal or outcome, they'd take that action too. It's really a matter of whichever one presents itself first. Because this person knows who they are and knows what they represent and knows what they have to provide, knows what their value is. And if the situation at hand can reflect that value, then fine, I'll stay. But there is some sort of conflict in terms of reciprocity here. And it feels like it's getting pretty vicious. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Which could be making somebody in this situation, probably our person in question, whomever this reading has been talking about all this time, it may be making them dig their heels in. And if not dig their heels in, if not only dig their heels in, or if not dig their heels in, then just become more self-aware, more grounded within themselves. It's as if the opposition that they experience here in terms of this reciprocity, 5 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, seems to be solidifying them somehow. But I feel like it's in a beneficial way. It feels like someone is getting to know more of themselves, is beginning to recognize more and more of their value as their time within this situation goes on, which only helps to fuel their fire. The King of Wands, Temperance, and also the 7 of Cups, but really the King of Wands and Temperance, which also fuels their fire towards seeking some sort of situation in which they are provided with an opportunity to balance the scales, or to find harmony in their lives, to find peace in their lives, to find reciprocity in their lives, to be able to accept reciprocity in their lives. But there's a question as to where that's really going to come from right now. Either the current situation that they're dealing with, or maybe something outside. But there is definitely a relationship that is a topic of contention here. 2 of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups upright. And these were those cards. This was that energy that I was like, you know what? We are just going to put this right over there, and we're going to talk about this over here. Being a person. Someone, who is very justified in at least asking this question as to whether or not that out there is actually better than this in here. Now, the first thing that I channeled for this reading was that, whoa, caution, cautionary tale, right? Don't go running off into this. The grass is not always greener on the other side, buddy. Just, whoa, pump the brakes for a second. I'm not telling you absolutely no. I'm just saying, whoa, take a second. Think about it a little bit more. But then as I was talking through it, I noticed that the star, I instinctively turned the star upright. And that's when I started to get the perspective of, well, wait a second. Maybe it's entirely possible that they can find this reciprocity outside of this situation in the way that they're seeing is shiny, bright, and new. But it also could be that, again, if the opportunity presented itself here for the proper change to happen or whatnot, whatever, I don't know, whatever it is this person is seeking to happen or to come through or to be available, whatnot, whatever, they'd take it here too. Not to say that they're trying to take both. They would choose this one. But if that never shows up and it shows up instead over in that direction, fuck it. Pick up, let's go. It's over there now. And this person feels like they are justified. They have every right to want to do this or to be able to have the opportunity to at least ask this question. At the very least. There is nothing wrong with actually asking the question and thinking it through, observing it, investigating it, seeing how you vibe with it. And then maybe, depending on your circumstances, if you can, whatnot, whatever, but hey, maybe dip your toe in. Right? You at least have the right to free will to do that. Ultimately, it is your life. Okay? You call the shots. You are in the driver's seat. Topic of contention. Let's do it. Hi, Jinxie. Oh, is it raining, Jinx? Oh, well, I'm glad I brought all the rest of my laundry in from yesterday. Moving on to bliss. If it's the right person, they'll know this isn't the right time. Yep. All right. So let's talk about this topic of contention. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups in reverse. What is this relationship? Yikes. 2 more shuffles here. Oh, geez. I was guided to look at the bottom of the deck right now. Ooh, okay, Stella. Exactly. Reciprocity and respect are the only things you're serving and allowing to be served here. So from now on. Absolutely, baby boo. Now, I'm not done shuffling the deck yet, but you have the Fool at the bottom of the deck here. Already. In terms of this topic of contention. What is, 2 more shuffle, Spirit. What is this topic of contention? Oh boy. All right, well, I'm going to get the cards here, but the deck just split open to the Sun and the 7 of Wands. I'm sorry, 7 of Swords. Yikes. There is some sort of deception that has been revealed or is being revealed or is about to be revealed. Straight up and down. What's done in the darkness always comes to the light. That's what we have here right now. Right here, right now. Very interesting. 9 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck so far. Perseverance. I mean, you have been pushing, plugging. Some people may have been saying you are being deceptive because your heart's not fully in it. And I am going to say, with all due respect, quite right. Because if you know you're not receiving what you need here, but unfortunately you have to stay here to finish out your contract or make sure to close the cycle out. You're not just trying to cut and run. You've got to tie up the loose ends, make things right, do what you can to make things as right as possible, and then move your ass on your merry little way. But then that means you still have to be split emotionally in some way. Between investing into the new you're trying to incubate and create for yourself while still trying to keep the current stable. So some people may be calling you deceptive right now. Saying you're a lying sack of shit. That you're a low down, dirty, no good rat. With your deceptive tendencies. How could you keep this from me for so long? Yikes. I feel like I don't want to touch that energy. I feel like if I feel like that's an energy that would be projected towards you or at me, and if I'm standing in the person whose perspective I'm speaking of or from, if I'm in their perspective and this other person comes at me this way, it's just like my eyes just glaze over and their words just start to blur in my head, and I just blank stare. So I don't even want to touch that energy. You know what? Keep it to yourself. Go on. Keep it to yourself. Manifest what it is you need for yourself. And let this toxic energy just eventually fade out of your life. This topic of contention. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups upright, 2 of Cups in reverse. You've been going at this, 9 of Wands. I mean, shit, we've been going at this. Is this the same situation we've been talking about? Too bad. So sad. Mind damn business. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, reverse, please. What is this topic of contention? All right, first and foremost, you need to chill. You need to relax your mind. You need to, if you can, stop thinking about it altogether. Do what it is you need to do to distract yourself from the situation, because thinking about it right now is only going to make it more of a topic of contention. Actually, that is why it is such a topic of contention for you or for this person or for this group. Because it just, you won't shut up about it. Just leave it alone. Stop drumming it up. Stop working yourself working it up in your system. This person or you may be, in fact, addicted to the adrenaline rush that you get from cycling through this. I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza about a week or so ago, and it was about how, I don't remember the title of the video that I was watching of his, but it was something from Gaia that they posted on YouTube. But it was about how you can, in fact, humans have an intrinsic ability to become addicted to adrenaline and addicted to our thoughts and the feelings that those thoughts invoke. And it's because of how large our brains are. We have the processing power to be able to attribute emotion and emotional responses to our thoughts. And so you get addicted to the trauma and the drama, and the feelings, the chemical reaction that your body has in relation to those thoughts. That's why you keep cycling through this all the time. Makes perfect sense, but shut up about it. Four of Swords is your first card out in terms of this topic of contention. I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. I bought one of his books right before I moved here to Puerto Rico. It's a really wonderful book. I don't remember the name of it. But it's all about manifesting. Anyway, let's get back to the reading. First thing, topic of contention, Four of Swords. Just shut up. Just stop. Oh, thank you, Gabrielle. Oh, yes. It's about manifestation. It's a process of manifestation. I don't remember the name of it. I haven't read it in a very long time. And yes, becoming supernatural. I believe it was that one. I did talk about this when I was here on vacation, right before I moved here. If you guys remember at that time, those of you that are here. But you gotta just, we love you. And we know this situation is hurting you, but you gotta calm your mind about it. You gotta settle down, quiet down there. All right. Oh. Right, but the Seven of Cups. I don't understand. And then the Two of Cups. All right, look. What Spirit is saying about this topic of contention, this relationship here, whether it's romantic, familial, or just a best friend, or a very close partner, a trauma bond, what I'm hearing is Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. You have every right to feel what it is that you're feeling and make the appropriate choices in terms of that, in terms of what it is you're feeling. But also understand that there's a risk that you are taking. It's all a gamble. The Wheel of Fortune. It's all a gamble. But right now, specifically, this situation seems to be a gamble in general, just because of the way that the energies are flowing. So it's really hard to tell right now how something is going to work out. So this feels like Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, Wheel of Fortune is saying to you right now, yes, you have every right to feel what it is you are feeling and make the appropriate decisions. But right now might not be the best time to do so. You might want to continue to allow the Wheel of Fortune to turn and then stop and see where it lands, all the while coming up with options as you feel appropriate, as you follow through this energy, as you feel through it for yourself and all that. You're coming up with different options, but you're not really choosing one yet until the wheel stops moving and you have some sort of concrete foundation to work on or work from, or some sort of concrete evidence. I feel like there's something that can happen or is going to happen in the physical world that is going to give you the green light as to which direction you want to move in from here. Now is not the time for that. Seven of Cups. Now is not the time for that. The deck split at the Seven of Cups again, and underneath the Seven of Cups was the Two of Cups again. Something is too up in the air. Something is, I just heard, out of focus. Here's that Five of Swords again. What is this Five of Swords? I mean, at this point, topic of contention. At this point, this situation y'all have gotten so riled up in this situation that you're literally attacking each other needlessly at this point. 5 of Swords. This isn't vindictiveness. I feel like now parties are engaging in war. So it feels like whatever decision you would make at this point is coming from this place. 5 of Swords. This is not a place you want to be making concrete or want to be trying to make concrete decisions from. This is fight or flight. This is panic mode. 5 of Swords, potentially. Or it's just all out war. Bloody, brutal, fatal war. Okay. Topic of contention. This has become a topic of contention. And that's why at this point, somebody is facing just, cutting and running. The first good thing they see coming their way, man, they are going the fuck after it because they are done with this shit. But see, that's coming from a place of anger and fear, not balance and reciprocity. And so that's why there is actually some sort of potential for this to be actually worked out within the current situation, or for this situation to become what it is you actually want it to be, need it to be, have been investing into to get it to be. But you have to stop this first. You got to get past this first. We have to settle this energy down first. We have to put this fire out first before we can even see what the damage is to assess what it is we need to do. Maybe it's salvageable, but you won't know until the fire has been put out. Yes, it could be very defensive, but even if it is defensive, it feels like it's vindictively defensive. Like you're being defensive, but you're also getting your jabs in. You're pushing the buttons at the same time. It's very stealth type of energy. 5 of Swords. What do you want to say about this 5 of Swords, Spirit? This 5 of Swords. Are you kidding? Next, you have the 5 of Wands. This is petty. I'm telling you, man, you don't want to make a decision from this place because this is petty bullshit. At this point, it has become, Spirit said very clearly, very plainly, very clearly, very upfront and honest, it has become petty bullshit at this point. Doesn't mean it started out that way. Doesn't even mean is that you intended it to get here. But it doesn't matter how you got here. The fact of the matter is you're here now. This fire needs to be put out. Because what I'm hearing is, in some cases, this is wrecking a perfectly salvageable foundation. The 4 of Wands was at the bottom of the deck at one point. You have Death at the bottom of the deck now. Opportunity for transformation. This might be the proverbial fire that burns down the house of the wicked, or a house of the wicked, or a wicked situation, a wicked structure that can now be rebuilt in a non-wicked way, or having learned from what it used to be to now build a better, stronger, more stable structure. So it may actually be a good thing that this fire is happening. Well, at least now it is, because now you can really get down to the bare bones of it, because the fire is burning, baby. It is burning up some shit that you really don't want it to be eaten at. But hey. Hey, Ivy. What's up, boo? But hey, the fire's here now. It's happening. Shit. Regardless, it's happening now. So you know what? Let's not let it run wild. Let's do what we need to do to address it. But hey, whatever happens at this point. If it's gone after the fire, I guess we didn't need it. And if this whole structure burns down and you are left with bare bones, I ain't rebuilding shit with you, then honey, just walk away. Because you didn't need it to begin with. Or it wasn't stable enough to last. And I'm feeling specifically in some situations at that point, it wasn't stable enough to begin with, and it's never going to be stable. The lack of potential instability for this structure is the reason why the fire happened or fire started to begin with. Because some sort of electrical situation or some sort of fire hazard was put into this structure or was allowed to be built into this structure, or somebody didn't even have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding to even recognize that it was a fire hazard. And sure enough, that shit popped off, and now we've got a big old raging fire. You can either rebuild this more knowledgeable, or you can just drop it and walk. But you have to put the fire out first. You don't want to be that irresponsible neighbor that lets their house goes up in flames and they just walk away from it, leaving the rest of the town to be susceptible to their flames in that fire that they created in their personal space that is now spreading to the others. You don't want this fire spreading, needlessly burning down more of your life, of your reputation even. You got to put this fire out first. That's it. Spirit says that's enough for now. Okay. That's enough tea for today. Wow, we're going on 2 hours for this session. Maybe this should be a thing. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how much there is to talk about. I don't know. I can't guarantee that every session is going to be 2 hours. When we started here, we could have done this session in 1, but today it was very different. Okay, well, I just picked up our Oracle deck and was shuffling, and I didn't even mention it, but I was getting our Oracle card for today from the Crystal Mandala deck, Old Faithful, and it's card number 30, Ascended Master White Matthew and Danburite, Original Self. Okay. Some things do need to be burned down. You're right. All right, here we go. We bring you the blessing of original self. As you progress through your life, learning and growing, you gain wisdom and strength. You grow more radiant and authentic, true to who you are. And as this happens, many of the layers of identity begin to fall away. What you once believed yourself to be is shown to be not much more than the clothing your soul wore for a time. You have outgrown it. It is no longer a good fit. It constrains too much, doesn't reflect your personality, vibrancy, uniqueness, and beauty, so discard it. Perhaps you are able to be more spiritually naked. The sense of who you are becomes simpler. You are just you. Others may or may not, quote, get you, but nonetheless, you are still just you. You are freeing yourself from the projections. You are freeing yourself from the projections of others, of the world, and simply living as your original, radiant, divine self. Did you catch that, guys? When I was reading projections, at first I saw protections. Somebody could be projecting something upon you and saying it's for your own protection. But they're saying that from a place that is not your original self. Your original self knows what's best for you. This person who can only perceive of you from their own point of view may be trying to project something on you that is in fact meant to protect you, but that's just coming from their own fears or conditioning. And it has no bearing on your original self. It has nothing to do with your original self. So why would you need that protection at all? Well, there you have it, kids. That was tea time. Tea time, yes. Maybe I have more energy for this session right now because I'm not doing almost 3 hours worth of readings before I even get to the sip. So there was so much coming through. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you all so very much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic day. I can look at that later. You are also very welcome. Interesting. Okay, I just learned something, you guys. I'm so sad. See, as soon as I'm starting to end the session, we peak at like 50 people are here. Hey, everybody. But you're coming in at the very end of the session, though, unfortunately. Shucks. But that's okay. You can always rewind. But yeah, I'm feeling tapped out for the day. I think we've had our conversation for the day. So I love you all. Thank you for being here. If you're just getting here, I'm so sorry. If you're new here, hi, my name is Eric. Welcome in to Divine Conversations. Thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely make sure that you rewind this and like watch it from the beginning or whatnot, because we talked about a lot of good shit today. Yeah. Excellent. But I love you guys. Definitely smash that like button for me, everybody. We've got 35 people here now. Let's get as many likes as we can. Yeah. Definitely smash that like button. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. Hi, A Clear View Revolution. So I guess this is a testament to needing to stream longer. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Yes? Excellent. Take care. Bye.